Hi there, and how are you doing today? Yes, so on this episode, guess what we're talking about? Okay, so I've had lots of people ask me questions around tailors that what's the best mode of paying them? Should it be commission or salary? So on this episode, I'll be talking about that. So hang on, it's your girl Yetunde for the Yetunde Fashion Academy. Yeah, so let's get going. So I get this question a lot of times, like, okay, Yetunde, how do I pay my tailors? What's the best way to pay the tailors? Is it on commission or salary? And we have questions in our head around, oh, what if it's salary and they don't come to work? Or how do I set targets? You know, if you pay them salary, whether you sell or not, they'll get their salary. However, on commission, I get questions like, oh, do I pay them based on commission? You know, I mean, sometimes their commission is so high, or times when they don't have work to do, they might be on serious or something. So let me give you the gist on when I relocated to Lagos. But before then, what I used to do, my own model for the fashion business was, back then, I used to cut my clothes by myself. So I just had joiners, and I paid the joiners based on commission. And before you know it, they earn so much at the end of the month, except they are not so fast, which is fine. So I moved to Lagos, and I contacted an agent, and he was telling me, Yetunde, tailors will charge you like 60K. I'm like, sorry, 60,000? Where I was coming from, we don't pay up to that. I mean, how am I going to get that kind of money? And then how do I charge my customers? But he told me something about the salary and commission. So I was like, okay, why can't I do commission? And he said something to me, which I always tell my inner circle mentorship members, that he said something. He said, Yetunde, if you pay your tailors based on commission, it is good. However, if you pay them on salary, it is equally good. It depends on how what works best for your kind of business, you know. And he said something that what salary, the edge salary has over commission is that it gives your tailors peace of mind. Yes, so the benefit is that it gives your tailors peace of mind. They know that whether they make clothes or not, they are entitled to their full salary at the end of the month. However, for commission, it keeps the tailors, you know, they are always so anxious, they're always so energetic, because they just want to make as many as possible so that they can earn enough money. And times when you don't really have maybe work to do, you know, they tend to lose focus. And maybe most times, you know, I've tried it before, and I realized that for commission, they are not that loyal, because their eyes are always outside. So they get another offer maybe for one night or one day at somebody else's fashion house. They go there, they can be quite unserious when you pay commission, because they are very conscious of the fact that, oh, they've not made enough money, or they have to meet their target and all that. So yes, that's the difference he told me. So I myself now decided that, okay, what is the best mode for me? What would work best for me? I love my tailors, my staff, I love them being happy. So I chose the method of salary. So what I do is, when I started off in Lagos, I started paying them salary, you know, and you know, I've shared the different categories of tailors, so I mix them. If you've not watched that, you can go back to my YouTube channel and search for the episode on the different categories of tailors. So I have the level 1 that they charge very high. Those ones they cut and sew by themselves. So I got a couple of those ones, and I got the level 3 tailors. Those ones are mostly joiners. You can't really sleep with your 2 eyes closed. Yeah, so I was able to manage them like that. And when I have bulk work to do, I offer them commission for extra hours. Okay, so they love that. It's like an incentive for them, you know, when they work. So for me, I chose that mode because it gives them peace of mind. So I know they are mine. All right, I know they are my tailors. They work for me, they resume, they close, they are for me. All right, but one of the disadvantages is that they work at their pace. They are not in a hurry to try to finish up, because they know that whether they like it or not, they are going to earn their salary. So now here, this now boils down to the kind of structure you have in place to control that. Okay, where there is no Lord, there is no sin. So I have put structures in place around that. I have controls in place, and one of the control is the fact that I set targets for them. That is easy for me to do because I can cut by myself. So, and because of my 12 years of experience in the fashion business, I have an idea of what one tailor should be able to make in a day. So we already have a list of different outfits we make. For my ready to wear, we know that okay, for this kind of style, airline dress, you're expected to sew 3 or 4 in a day, depending on the how complicated the style is. So I already have my targets, and once they are coming into my office, once I interview them and I'm about to employ them, I let them see the target. Like, this is what is expected of you. If you're sewing a complete skirt and blouse, you have to finish a day or the next day about maybe 12 noon, okay, depending on how complicated the style is. For some styles, you might even end up spending like 3 days, 2 whole days, some half days. Some blouses, you know, might even extend to like 1.5 days, you know. So because of my own experience, I already know what is expected of each tailor. So I know when they are trying to take advantage of that opportunity of me paying them salaries, okay. And I have controls such as I have this team Tailors planner book that I have, a planner. So my tailors, they know we already put all the clothes they will sew in a week. It's also available for sale. We have a Tailors production planner. So you know what they are expected to make within a month, you know. So as you're getting orders, they're writing it down. So you already know what is expected of them. Believe me, if you want to do salaries and you don't have controls in place, you might be frustrated out of it, because the tailors are smart, you know. Even if it is you, so it's just few of them that are very, very loyal, and they are very, very serious with their work, and they know that okay, this is what is expected of me. But like I said, where there is no law, there is no sin. So you have to put controls in place to support your decision of paying them salary. So when we now got to a time, I realized that so when I give them, I realized there was a point in time when I had bulk orders, and I told them to work weekends. So I realized that, you know, probably they make normal 3 airline dresses in a day. If you tell them Saturday, would you like to work, because they don't work Saturdays, and you give them that airline, they can finish 6, as in one person can finish 6, you know. And it got to a time I knew that okay, because of the commission, yes, that's what it does when you give them when you offer commission. They try to meet up and then make enough money, you know, and all that. So it got to a time they were now trying to reduce the targets, you know, and I got offended. Like, no, you can't do that. I know what is expected of you. I've tried this many years. You're just being lazy. You're being too comfortable. So I tried something out in a particular month. I told all of them, I'm no longer doing salary because you feel like I'm using you. So now let's stick to commission. And we did the commission, and believe me, the money they earned at the end of that month was not up to the salary they were earning. So it was a lesson for them. Okay, so they pleaded, and I moved back to the salary. Don't forget, I chose the salary because I want them to relax. I don't want them to be working under so much tension. I want them to be relaxed and do the work effectively, okay? On the other hand, if your business model is the type that you don't always have orders, I would advise you go for the commission. Let's take, for example, the COVID period, you know, because I also opted for that option during the COVID lockdown period. When the whole lockdown was easing out, you know. So what I did was I told them, I'm sorry, I can no longer go on with salaries. We have to face commission now, you know. So but what it does is, times when, because of course sales has kind of dropped ever since the lockdown happened, you know, so the work is not as much as they are supposed to make on a normal day. So I had to stick with the commission, and they agreed because, you know, it's affected everybody. So if your business is a type that you don't always have orders, you can opt for the commission mode. But you also have to have you need to understand how it works as well. Okay, so if you do that, they need to have an understanding. In fact, they will ask you like, hope you usually have work for them. If you don't have work for them, trust me, they will leave you and move on to somebody else. So for me, I prefer the salary option. Sometimes I go for the commission. Sometimes when I have big projects at hand, I call in tailors, pay them based on commission, just for maybe a week or for 3 days, depending on the kind of project I have on ground. Yes, so that's what I do. I try to balance it out, you know, and depending if the person prefers commission, I let them know, okay, if you're doing commission, you agree on the rate for every style they make, because commission, it causes a lot of rifts between you and your tailor. So you need to have that plan from the get-go as they're signing their employment letter, you are letting them know, okay, this is how we charge for skirt and blouse, this is how much I will pay you. For dresses, this is how much you will earn on dresses. Okay, so yes, that is how I run it. Okay, so for the salary and commission, it depends on which one works best for your business. Okay, so I hope I've been able to answer all your questions. So you can feel free to share this video, you can like, you can comment on the caption. Okay, visit my YouTube channel, subscribe. All right, if you have questions, you can send them to my email, which is yetundeacademy@yahoo.com, and I'll be more than happy to have you. See you in the next episode. Bye.